welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a salsa de molcajete along with my favorite breakfast. So please stay tuned and let me show you how. We will begin by first making our salsa de molcajete. We will start roasting all of our veggies, which are going to be listed below on the description box. But you guys, the amount of vegetables are interchangeable. So if you like a more green sauce, you can use more tomatillos. If you like it more red, of course, you can use the red tomatoes. I used about 3 garlic cloves, and I did leave the little shell on, and 2 chiles serranos. Of course, if you want it spicier, go ahead and adjust, you guys. It's your kitchen, and you're the boss. And yeah, you guys, this is pretty much the hardest part, which is just keeping an eye on them and just turning them so that they can roast fully on all sides. For the tomatoes, I did cut them up just to get more surface area. And as they, come along, you can go ahead and start removing them. I just keep an eye on them. For the tomatillos, they just have to be a light green all the way around. So just keep, turning them. And as soon as they turn too much, they are done. You can go ahead and set them aside. And yeah, you guys, this is, pretty much repetitive. Just keep turning until they are ready and just keep taking them off as they come along. I did want to go ahead and show you guys because one of these tomatillos, as you can see, this one right here, it has that bright green. So you want to place that directly on the heat just so that it can finish cooking. And yeah, you guys, once we are ready, we can go ahead and get started. Turn off the heat. I left the tomatoes on there just so that they can stay nice and warm and continue cooking while I start my salsa. And the first step is to go ahead and peel your garlic. And I did add a little bit of coarse salt just to get better traction. You want to go ahead and give them a tap just to go ahead and break them up a little bit. And then basically what you're going to be doing with your molcajete is turning this into a paste. So you just want to keep rubbing it against the rock until it is completely broken down. Next is going to be your chiles. I used 2 chiles serranos because I like it, it's spicy but still flavorful and not burning my mouth, you guys. So this was perfect for me, but always make it comfortable, especially if you have children to feed. You want to keep them in mind. 2 was just enough, and it was super perfect and delicious. So just make sure that there's no big pieces. If you need to add a little bit more salt just to get better traction, go ahead and do so, but be mindful of how much salt you are using, because you can always add more, but you cannot take it out. So basically I'm just using enough just to get good traction. Next, I did add my roasted onions. Honestly, I have to say this was probably the hardest part. They kind of refuse to break down. So just a tip for you guys, if you want to just slice them up into thinner strips, that'll probably help you guys. But yeah, they are roasted, so they're not going to be a super strong flavor either way. They're super good. And then I started adding my green tomatillos, and these were by far the easiest ones. They fell apart right away, and I just basically, the worst they can do is just squirt you. So you definitely want to break them down. And then at this point, it's just pretty much how you like your salsa. You can add as many tomatillos or tomatoes as you'd like, depending on which salsa you like more and which flavor you want to be more prevalent. I like it pretty much right in the middle, so I try to just, be mindful that I was adding equal amounts. And this is pretty much the finished result. Super delicious, a chunky salsa with those roasted bits. So yummy, you guys. Go ahead and taste it for salt, and we are ready to get started. This is one of my favorite Mexican breakfasts. It's just eggs with salsa, and I begin by heating up a skillet, adding a little bit of olive oil, and then adding in a few thin slices of yellow onion, and I just like to allow it to toast and flavor my oil. For my eggs, I'm gonna be using, I think I used about 6 eggs. Just give them a quick whisk, and then I added them to the pan. As soon as they hit the pan, I lowered the heat too low. And the reason why I did that is just because I do not want them to overcook. I want them to finish cooking with the salsa, and also this way, you know, you end up with more egg if I'm making sense. So once they are cooked about 80% of the way, that is when you want to add your salsa. That way they can finish cooking together and the flavors will blend so beautifully and super delicious, you guys. If you want to go ahead and add salt and pepper, go ahead and do so at this time, but just be mindful that the salsa is already flavored as well. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, you guys, I like to pair these eggs with some beans because they are really high in iron and really good for you. But you can go ahead and pair this with whatever you like to eat for breakfast. I also heated up some flour tortillas because why not? And of course, garnish with whatever you like. I use queso fresco, some avocado slices, and some fresh cilantro. Super yummy. And of course, after all that work, we cannot miss our delicious salsa, you guys. And I really hope that you guys get to try this. Super yummy. Your salsa will last you about 3 to 4 days if refrigerated, but I doubt it will last you that long. So we're at the end, and I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit subscribe, like, and leave me a nice comment, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.